Welcome back to Seamless Xtra as we continue to explore the latest trends and innovations in the world of digital commerce.
Joining us on Seamless Extra today is Global AI and Digital Transformation Advisor and Expert, Sudin Baraokar. Sudin has worked with a range of Global 500 enterprises, SMBs, startups, and academia, and has seen firsthand how AI is transforming the way businesses operate. Sudin, you're very welcome.
Thank you. Thanks, Mark.
Now, obviously, you are participating at the upcoming Seamless Middle East show, where you'll be speaking about some very important topics. One of these is identity verification and onboarding. When it comes to AI, where do you think this category ranks in terms of areas that could see the most transformative impact?
No, I think it ranks very, very much high up there, because when we look at identity verification, we have to look at the entire governance, risk, and compliance, and the audit. I can tell you from my experience that large banks, we open more than 15,000, 20,000 accounts on a daily basis. So that's how big the space is. So it's very important from a GRC perspective, from a RegTech perspective, to get this right, to make sure that the entire onboarding process, the KYC details, the identity access management, and related documents are properly, the customer and the user is properly onboarded. Also to make sure that with these ever-changing regulations, and the space is called RegTech, where the merger of AI with existing governance, risk, and compliance measures and stacks is where we can derive a lot of benefit. And one of the benefits is to reduce fraud. This entire fraud perspective, at least all across the world, is running into billions of dollars. This is money lost by banks, money lost by customers. So it's very important, right from a life cycle management, right from a customer onboarding to a verification, to the management of that particular ID, right till the transaction and settlement of the various account details of the particular customer. I think it's very much high there. I have seen from my experience that this particular the governance, risk, and compliance is very, very important. And it's also very important to make a complete, correct audit of all this and to report it to the authorities and regulators on at least on a monthly basis, so that they also get a complete view and complete details of how the entire GRC and audit process is taking place in the bank for the identification verification.
Sudin, you mentioned fraud. Now, we've seen a huge change in identity verification methods over the past few years. And I think this has created both opportunities and also several challenges. And I think one of these big challenges has to do with fraud and mitigating the risks associated with fraud and identity theft. How do you think AI-powered identity verification can help with this?
No, I think that's a great question. In terms of how to use AI for preventing fraud or reducing fraud, we've already put in place, and we are also implementing multi-factor authentication. We are implementing adaptive security, which based on the IP of the particular transaction, we can block that particular transaction if it's a suspicious IP. So that's already happening. But from my experience, I think hackers and bad state actors are also getting very smart. Maybe even they are trying to use AI and trying to beat banks and users. So I think this is still an evolving space. There's a lot more that needs to be done. I think using AI, using machine learning, building up the hyperparameters, trying to make sure that we also get additional data so that we can ensure that the fraud can get reduced. We can also ensure that our RegTech as well as the cybersecurity measures are in place. So it's an evolving space. I think a lot more needs to be done with the advent of AI, with the advent of accelerated computing, with the advent of the different AI models and machine learning models, which can help us build up the hyperparameters and the correct algorithms to reduce this fraud specific to what's happening in the marketplace. In fact, there's a project that I did, which I built up a AI model which could help predict which of the banking channels can this fraud take place over the next 5 years. Is it the core banking? Is it the POS? Is it the ATM? Is it the customer onboarding? Is it our digital payments? Is it our CRM? So I think this space is requiring still more work to be done. We are not done as yet. And I think with AI, with machine learning, with data science, we are now far better prepared than what we were previously.
Now, I'm sure lots of businesses are already thinking about how to begin the process of implementing AI in these areas. What are the things you think they most need to consider?
The most important thing is to start, right? Take the shot and start, because otherwise you're not going to really start with your AI journey. The other piece of it is get a good structure to your data, have a proper big data strategy. So you must know the inventory of all your source systems, your databases, your different applications. We have very complex ecosystems. So we've got something like global banks have something like 400 global applications. Don't ask me how we got there. We've got more than 800 source systems. We've got more than 2,500 live production databases. So these application ecosystems are very complex. We need to understand them. We need to understand the volume, velocity, variety, veracity of all this data. We need to also use the latest and greatest of technologies like data pipelines in conjunction with ETL, extraction, transformation, and loading. One of the benefits of using the latest technologies like data pipelines is that we can also merge the data science and statistics with our AI projects so that we get better results in terms of F1 score, loss, accuracy, epoch functions. We can also compare the different data pipelines. So I think using AI and emerging tech for emerging use cases, emerging models is a right way to go about it. So getting your data strategy right is very, very important. And third is use AI for massive transformation, use AI for massive innovation, use AI which really benefits your organization, because you're going to spend a lot of money on GPU processing, on the data science skills, on AI experts, on your AI ops teams. So make sure that the technical debt of all the investments that you make is also under control, because if it gets out of control, it's just going to your bill for AI is just going to go bonkers. Is It's very important to get that technical debt under control, and also make sure that we cross skill and upskill our existing workforce, as well as collaborate with specialists and our technology partners, so that the entire technical vitality of the organization increases. With that, we are able to use the latest and greatest of technologies, and then we are able to really improve our efficiencies. We are able to process the data faster. We are able to use newer technologies like multiple parallel processing and accelerated computing to make sure that we get the results quicker. So I think this is how you have to really manage your AI project. I would say that at the start, you can start your AI project with at least about 40 to 50 hyperparameters as a level 1 AI project. Then you start building a couple of algorithms. Then for level 2, if you want to further get more results, if you want to increase the confidence and accuracy of your model, I would say you can increase it up to 150 to 200 parameters, hyperparameters. And then finally, as a automated, autonomic, self-audited system, right, which is going to be like a level 3, you can go up to 300 to 400 hyperparameters, covering the length and breadth of your data, of your databases, of your applications, of your source systems, and then go and deploy it, be it either on the cloud or hybrid IT or on-prem.
Sudin, thank you very much for sharing your insights with us today. We could go into this in an awful lot more depth, and I'm sure you will at the Seamless Middle East event. And on that, just to let the viewers know, Sudin will be speaking on day 2 and day 3 of the event, which will take place at the Dubai World Trade Center from the 14th to the 16th of May. Here, he will be delving into the topics of AI, identity verification, and much, much more. Sudin, thanks again for being with us today.
Well, thanks, Mark. Look forward to Seamless Dubai next month, and hope to share all my knowledge, and hope we all have a great event. Thanks.